Thank you guys for joining. In today's podcast, we'll talk about one of our guests, Ahmed Asif Ashraf. He is a certified watchmaker. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. We invite guests from all different careers. And welcome, Ashraf, to this podcast.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I'm really glad we got a chance to talk to you. We know each other for a long time. So can you just give us some idea what do you do now as a career?
Well, currently, right at now, I'm a business owner, and I'm the only employee in the business. So I'm the owner and the employee myself. So hopefully, I will expand in near or far future. So what I basically do that my business setup is as I have an office space in actually Dallas, Texas. So the setup is for any kind of watch repair actually. So that's where my education is in the United States. And and when I say that, I'm sorry if I'm taking too much time by explaining this, but when I say watch repair business, yes, we have some particular interested type of watches that we work on. We cannot do all of it because you need a huge facility to do anything if you want to do in that case. So basically, uh, the the interested field is the mechanical watches. A lot of different brands you probably heard about, like Rolex, Omega, or Longines, or some other less familiar brands. So people just bring watches to us for regular maintenance and
Okay.
repair. That's what I do basically.
Okay. That's great to hear. So because you are a diverse career, you have a. So how did you get started? So did you start like thought about you like you learn watchmaking at your early age, or actually where did your undergrad or graduation degree?
Oh no, no, early age, no, not really. No, not
Okay.
very early in my life. So, so my actually, I have a engineering background,
Okay.
I- and my bachelor and masters are in that. So when I was very young, my dad actually gave me a watch out of frustration.
Mhm.
So because he had a nice watch that nobody else could fix. So he tried a couple of places, and he was basically frustrated and gave it to me. Okay, you have. I was a little kid at the time, so I opened up that watch and broke it eventually. And that generated the curiosity. So I never thought that I would study in this field. So I grew up. I finished my school. I finished my college and the masters, and I was working somewhere. And after that, I thought maybe in this field I will look for some opportunities. So I applied all over the world and actually accepted in one of the schools here in the United States, and I applied there, and that's how all started. But the initial thought was not there for from very early in my life. No.
That's great to hear because so you all the people actually when we grew up we thought oh you need to be a like a doctor or engineer to become a like successful professional person, and then you also studied engineering, but you applied for watchmaking like degrees. So can you just elaborate a little bit more? How did you get into like USA with like watchmaking interest? So what are the possible things the viewer can follow if they want to study watchmaking?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yes. So I'm like other people, like you as well. So I had the similar thoughts too that I need to be engineer or a doctor or something. But as you grow up, you see more opportunities in front of you, that more kind of professions that you probably would like better, that you realize, not necessarily very early in your life. So when I started to formally think about watchmaking, so uh, there are schools. Many of them are in the Europe actually.
Okay.
There are a few in Germany, one in Switzerland, of course in France. So I applied all over the places, and basically the European schools were telling me that you have to learn German or French to go to the schools. Very few courses are offered in English. So there is. So the education behind the art of watchmaking is pretty old. There is a school in Switzerland. It's called OSTEP, WOSTEP. So Watchmakers of Switzerland Training and Education Program. So they
Oh,
are founded actually in 1959.
wow.
Okay. So when I applied there, so they said we only take 6 students in every 2 years, and
Wow.
and and 2011 is booked, so you can come here to do a test, like an admission test, if you can enroll yourself in 2013. So
Wow.
with the seeing the opportunity, I was really surprised. So many few students they take every 2 years. Maybe now they take a little more. So then I started looking in the United States. So there are, I think, about 9 or 10 schools at that time. It is fewer now. So then Oklahoma State University, they told me that they can enroll me because most of the other schools are basically based in a local basis. So they don't have any affiliation with the government,
Mhm.
the Department of Homeland Security to bring an international student by giving him a visa. So,
Okay.
so Oklahoma State University said, yes, we can. We have a lot of international students, so we can look into that. So I applied there, and then the process, everything began like that.
Okay, yeah, that's good to hear. So, yeah, people will be surprised to hear that actually, yeah, if they try everything. I see a lot of people talk to a lot of students. They don't want to try that much possibilities, but yeah, you are a great example that actually if you try hard and reach out to all the people, most likely you will hear some like good news at the end. That's good to hear. So at the first you talked about mechanical watch. Can you give some examples? So what is the definition of a mechanical watch and how this is different than actually what the current watch we used to do, like automatic watch?
Automatic watches is also can be mechanical. So
Okay.
mechanical means the watches or clocks that are made out of gears and levers. So they
Okay.
have springs or pendulum or many kind of levers or escapement systems. So these are all can be said as a mechanical watch or a mechanical clock. So the automatic watches that you are referring to. So automatic terms can be referred to many different kind of things, but when
Mhm.
people say automatic watch, what they basically mean is a self-winding watch. So
Okay.
as you move of your hand, there is something into the watch, a mechanism that will wind up a spring and actually keep that watch running. And first automatic watch actually was a pocket watch, is made in 18th century sometime by
Okay.
Abraham Piguet, is a French person. So that was actually a pocket watch. So
Okay.
that's how it has begun. And modern day watches say we very familiar term is quartz, is
Okay. Yes,
crystal,
of course.
right?
Yeah,
So
of course.
quartz is a piezoelectric crystal, as you know. So if we apply pressure, mechanical pressure, it will create some voltage differences,
Hmm.
and vice versa. If you push some voltage, that will be some mechanical pressure. So the quartz crystal has a natural frequency. So
Okay.
you use that crystal in electronic circuit board to find the reference of timing, and then you feed it to the other parts, whether that is an LCD or mechanical gears, to tell you the time, tick, tick, tick. So a lot of these quartz watches that have hands right now,
Hmm.
actually they also have mechanical parts in there as well. Not
Okay.
as many as a fully mechanical watch, but
Okay. Okay.
but it has mechanical parts as well.
Yeah, that's great to know. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't researched about that one, but yeah, that would be really interesting field. But you mentioned your like a first automatic watch was like 18th century. So based on your experience, or actually when you work with the clients, what is the oldest watch you saw or actually worked on for repairs?
I mean, I've seen probably a very old watch, maybe a 16th century watch, maybe in a
Okay.
museum or show, but not
Okay.
necessarily worked on them. What I worked on them, and very often I do, the American pocket watches, and some
Okay.
of them goes back to 1890,
Wow.
1870. So it is close to 150 years
50 years
I
old. Okay.
personally worked on, close to, because we cannot say for sure, because
Mhm.
by looking at the reference numbers, a lot of the books that we have right now, they will give you a range. So
Mhm.
this is the probable range of manufacture of this watch, but they will not give you any exact particular year,
Okay.
So we cannot say
But
for sure.
those still like those watches still work, right? 150 years. That's like really
You can
interesting to know.
repair it. If you can repair it, yes.
Okay.
This to work, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so how does this actually the like watchmaking change over the years, like 150 years or 100 years? So when you, how do you know actually it's like built more than 100 years ago or like last century? So what are the differences do you see when you actually repair
Well,
the watches?
that is a great question. Okay, so let me try to let me try to answer that question in a particular in the other way. Say you drive a car, a
Yeah,
modern Toyota Corolla,
yeah,
particular model. Okay, they have thousands of them. So you need a parts for that car. You just buy that, and you are 100% sure. I just put in there, it will fit in there. Okay, so this is the industrial revolution that gives us the exact to making something parts to the exact tolerance. So I have hundreds of thousands of cars, but every part is interchangeable. We can make them that accurately.
yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
there's the thing. Okay, so when people used to make watches, say three parts has to be working together and total dimension will be this, this, and this. So when people will make them by hand, measure them, so they know these three parts will work together. But if you take one of those parts away and replace that from other, that doesn't guarantee it will work. So interchangeable might not be interchangeable. Okay, so because at that point we didn't have any CNC,
Mhm.
so the machine, there was a person who was in the machine or in the tool room or in the lathe. Okay, that's actually how we were taught at this school in Oklahoma State University. We didn't have any CNC. We did that. So, but in a modern day factory, everything is set up in that way in an assembly line, so everything is interchangeable. So that is the actually made a whole lot of difference in mid 1950s or 40s. That's where all this come along. And then later in 1970s or early 80s, the CNCs, some of the CNCs come and they become more mass production became available, and tolerances will go finer and finer. Okay, so just add, I will just add one thing, that if somebody tell me the difference between a $50 watch and $50,000 watch, tell me in one word. So the answer is tolerance.
Okay.
The accuracy of everything made in the watch. Both watch keeps time perfectly fine, but that's how these things actually change over the years.
So it goes beyond just the time, right? So it actually goes
It
beyond actually, yeah.
does, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a very good question. That why would I buy an expensive watch?
Mhm.
Why I don't need any, or when I don't need? The answer is, if you take a photograph, it is literally free nowadays, right?
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
have some tools there. But if you tell an artist to make a portrait of you, you have to pay him a lot of money
Yes.
because of his time, because of the every stroke of the brush, of course, his talent and all his education and the career he built up. So but if you compare your portrait and a modern day digital photograph, which is free, probably the digital photograph is more accurate,
Okay. Yes.
right?
Mm.
But that's not what we're talking about. So it is not just telling you the time, but you have to look at it as a piece of art or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. How much of your time you spend more like learning about new things about the watchmaking than what you already learned in the university?
Well, actually, a great deal, because uh, so our watchmaking program, for example, then when I graduated from, it is a more than 3,000 clock hour program, not a credit hours.
Okay,
Credit hours were
3,000.
91 credit hours,
Okay.
but class time is more than 3,000 hours. So we went there from 7:30 to 3:30 with 1.5 hour lunch break, 5 days a week the whole year, other than the vacations and stuff, for 2 years. So, and that is just the watchmaking classes. I'm not talking about the others, physics and government and all other things. No. So, even though in these classes, so we our program was based on what is the best use of your time. So we do idealize some examples of watches and let the students work on them and the teacher teaches them, because those little things actually prepare you for the future things that you will see. And of course, like newer car, a new model of watches and the systems are coming out in the market all the time. Okay,
Mhm.
the biggest time is of course before the Christmas. Every watch company launches the new product, all the new patents, etc., etc. So as a ongoing learning in the profession, I would say you look at the product details of the modern outcomes in the market, of course. And whenever things come to your bench, like people will bring it to you to repair something, okay, you have to go through the manuals, a lot of the stuff online, and figure everything out to teach yourself how to do that. So actually, it's very difficult to answer that in a very short time.
Okay, yeah, no
It's
problem.
a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I quite imagine that one. But so yeah, you started with working. You had like an engineering degree, and then I think you also did your associate degree. After that, you were in working in a company as well, like for internship or something like that. And now actually you are running your business. How these things change like over the career, that from like working as an engineer or actually an educator, then in the industry, and also now running your own business.
Well, after completing school here,
Mhm.
as you probably know, or the viewers know, that you are given a time as an optical
Optional
OPT,
practical training, OPT. Yep.
optional practical training, right? So I had that too for a year, and at that time I worked in a Swiss watch company
Mhm.
that they had a service center based in Dallas. So after 1 year, actually, what happened to in my case, because I was a foreigner here, I'm not right now, so you have to go through all the visa processing and everything. So my school, Oklahoma State University, actually hired me back as a teacher.
Yep.
So that's how all that thing go. So I worked there for more than 4 years actually. So after that, I eventually decided that open up my own business. So once you get all your immigrations and everything taken care of, so that what I did, I of course initial investment is a matter, okay,
Yeah.
okay, but I would say the investment in my trade, the best investment is your knowledge or what you
Yes.
want to do. The money you can manage from here and there. So I started a company, is a limited liability company, opened up and started actually at first from my home,
Mhm.
just for a few months, and then I moved into an office. And in the beginning, it was slow, because you need time to get some more clients. And this is a business that people come to me now and leave very expensive watches, their belongings to me, without asking a single question. That was not the thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, in this trade, uh, because watches are a very expensive thing in a very small, a very small volume, right? So, uh, people would be, was, you know, not very confident with me. I don't know
Mhm.
you.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give you. So these are the things that I had to face in the beginning. So later, what happens? You know one person, and you earn the trust of that person, and then people come to know to you, and then you actually overcome these problems, and your business grows. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's great to hear. So I would have like couple more last questions. So if an international student want to study watchmaking from like Bangladesh or India or Pakistan, so what are the things they can do actually start learning or actually start applying? What is the next step they should take?
Oh well, actually, I would tell them to uh, look for the schools and apply there as soon
Mhm.
as you can, because like I said, if you remember, only 60 students in 2 years so in one
Yeah.
school. So watchmaking schools are very limited, and one school does not often take a student in every semester.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
you have not like Oklahoma State University used to recruit students in watchmaking only in spring, so once a year,
Yeah, okay.
not
Once a year.
not every semester. And our seats were limited. Maximum capacity was 12. Okay, so look for the schools first, and they can tell you more about that. So because make sure you are on the line. Okay,
Mhm.
and for the degree I had in watchmaking and microtechnology was associate degree. It's a bachelor degree. So you do not. I did not need any GRE for that. I
Okay.
don't know the regulations for right now, and so it is good to have your basic classes done, like mathematics,
Okay.
physics, and students from the Bangladesh, Pakistan, or India should not have much problem with that, because we had strong math courses over there, and some mechanicals ideas would be nice. For example, I mean, this is of course a part of the physics. Okay, so because we work a lot with moment of inertias,
Mhm.
all the classical physics things. Okay, so that some studies in these cases, in those particular subjects of physics, will be nice if you want to do.
Okay. Yeah. That's a great conversation. And then, if anyone wants to reach out, how they can reach out to you, if they are
To
interested
me,
about like
to me,
watchmaking. Yeah.
yeah, they are more than welcome to email me.
Okay.
Um, okay,
Okay. I'll
so
share the email address with them. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Sounds good.
absolutely,
Yep.
yes.
And yep. Thanks for coming in the show and share your journey. Thanks, viewers, for watching this amazing session with Asif Ashraf. We will see you in the next video, the podcast.